Hey everybody, and welcome to the Gauntlet. We go everything esports news. I'm your host, Captain Zeus, followed by my co-host, Novaburst. And I know it's been a minute. We haven't had a whole lot of Overwatch news going on. Not a whole lot of super juicy stuff, but we got some updates for you for the Overwatch game, Shock versus the World, and the some stuff that's going on. But you'll find out that right after this intro. Let's go. So the people that have left their respective teams is Sharp. That's it. He left Atlanta. Yep, he's gone. We kind of knew from this. Halo or Aaron Halo, whatever, however you want to call him. He's been kind of on point recently with some of his rumors that we've heard. And once he left, Atlanta picked up Kai, who's formerly known as KSP from the Valiant roster. And as we all know, Valiant screwed over everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Hashtag no more Valiant. Toronto then picked up Lastro. They also picked up Lastro, which we kind of knew was going to happen due to some rumors and everything that was floating around. And via leaks, we also knew that Valentine and Faith have been picked up by Boston. They were previously on Contenders, so that's a nice little addition there. Not a whole lot of Overwatch League news when it comes to roster changes, just because everyone's already kind of finished up on their moves and everything like that, unless you're Valiant and you just get rid of your entire roster. But I mean, that's all we have for that part here. We do have some spicy updates for the Overwatch game, which Nova will let us know on. Nova?
Definitely. So we just got some experimentals that Overwatch wants to test out a bit. The heroes that they're working on is Orisa, Wrecking Ball, Winston, and Reaper. Definitely Orisa, we know just needs to work on, because no one's playing her.
No one.
Like legit, you might do a double shield, but other than that, you're not picking an Orisa. But we'll just go right into it. For Orisa, her Fortify, the ability she does, in the experimental, the Fortify prevents critical headshot damage while the effect is active. So, they're trying to make her Fortify more defensive instead of okay, I'll just reduce a little bit of damage, but then the opponents could just start aiming at your head and you're taking about the same or slightly even more than you even activating it. So just taking away headshots in general just makes her more sturdy, more defensive, more like a tank, you know what I mean? So I think that's actually really good. Orisa needed something to get her back on the field, to be honest. So I think it's pretty good. Reaper, this rework, it's more of Reaper, he does a lot of damage, no doubt, but you got to be really close, and he's more of just a tank buster. If you're a tank, Reaper is gonna tear you up or whatever. So they wanted to make it more reliable. So what they did is spread is reduced from 8 to 6, and then the damage per projectile reduced to 7 to 6. So instead of spreading out so much for a big target, if it's a smaller person, the shots are going to be a little bit more closer, so you're hitting them, getting more damage in there. But each shot or little spread that's getting in there is just reduced by 1. So,
thank goodness.
So it's nerf buff ish, it's kind of making
it's nerf for nothing.
Nerf for nothing. Making it a little bit more versatile instead of oh, I'm just here to kill tank, and then other than that. But I enjoy Reaper. Reaper's pretty good. Let's see. We got Winston. They're just working around his base armor and health. So they're redistributed from 100 to 100 armor to 400 health to 150 to 350. Just switching 50 over to his armor side. Just make him a little bit more beefy. His armor it does reduce the incoming damage, but compared to just health or whatever. So make Winston a little bit more tanky on that side. And then Wrecking Ball. Okay, so a lot of people talk about Wrecking Ball lately. Just OP. Just pick Wrecking Ball and distract and knock people away. People are do something with Wrecking Ball. So they did experimental knockback strength is reduced from 25% So instead of
Pretty big.
a wrecking ball just spinning around in the point and making people fly off map or just fly off the objective in general, you're not gonna be flying all over the place. You can actually kind of stay in the fight in there and kind of work and fight against the wrecking ball compared to him just simply spinning on his analog stick and praying to God. You know what I mean?
And here I go ruining the teams.
Wrecking ball. But yeah, that's just the experimental stuff they're working on. Honestly, I like the stuff that they're covering, helping Orisa, helping Winston being a little more tanky, and then Wrecking Ball, he's just been having fun being the Wrecking Ball and all that stuff, and Reaper just making it a little more versatile. So yeah.
Yeah, they need more nerfs specifically towards like May or Symmetra Tracer maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then finally, the news that a lot of people have been hearing lately is the Shock versus the World competition. Now, we heard but we heard a little bit of this like last 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, how they were saying that it was supposed to be happening last month, but now it's happening this month. And our information that we got on it is it's basically a competition versus the World, and they're up against Shock. That's the gist of it. Shock versus the World.
Pretty simple.
Yeah. However, it's going to be held in a best of 5 competitions with the 5 events. If one-sided, gets 3 wins before the end. Yada yada yada. But basically, the 5 events that they have is 12 hooks, 1 hole, tactical drawing, battle of the boops, chuckle challenge, and 6v6 showdown. And I mean, I don't know the details on them. We can kind of just guess from what it's called. Battle of the Boops is, I'm assuming, Lucio's. 6v6 is, I'm sure it's just 6v6.
Good old classic. Yeah.
Good old classic. 12 hooks, 1 hole. That could be Wrecking Ball, Roadhog, maybe.
It's probably just Wrecking Ball, or not Wrecking Ball, Roadhog on Well.
There you
probably.
Go. Most likely.
Yeah.
And Chuckle Challenge is, I'm assuming, try not to laugh, basically.
I guess so, right?
Basically, then they release the people that are competing in these events. For the 12 hooks, 1 hole, we have Glister, Tayo, Smurf, Twilight, Super, and Choi Hyunbin on the Shock side playing. For the World, it is Avast, J3, Emong, 3 Overwatch game developers, Troy Val, I don't know how to pronounce that, Splat, and Chiron. Tryon. Yeah. And before I go further real quick, the World, essentially everyone that's competing in the World side is basically pro players, streamers, community figures, and other special guests. They're all in the whole World
Pretty
team.
cool.
Yeah. For tactical drawing, it's Nero and Smurf versus Zoe and Mr. X. That'll be interesting. Battle of the Boops, you got Krusty versus Lucio Dad. I think that guy plays Lucio. Chuckle Challenge, it's Super versus Jeff Kaplan.
I mean, Super, they pretty much put his face on everything.
They put his face on literally everything. I don't know what else this guy can
San Francisco Shock Super.
It's the Super Shock, or San Francisco Super.
Shock.
And for the 6v6 showdown, you got Striker, FD God, Violet, Super again, and Smurf up against Dante, McGravy, Space, Sleepy, Rascal, and Dogman.
Ooh,
that's actually that sounds spicy. McGravy did just retire from Overwatch, or competitively, so it's definitely going to be good to see some more of him out there. A lot of the Dogman also isn't playing anymore. He's going more the caster route, but this definitely looks like it'll be an interesting event. I'm literally only looking forward to the 6v6. I could care less for the rest of them. But this is going to take place Saturday, February 20th, 12 p.m. Pacific time. So YouTube Gaming. So yeah, check that out. That's going to be spice. I mean that's the gist there. That's everything that we got going on Overwatch wise.
Yeah, that's that.
Semi-spice
week. Semi-spice.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, we're really just looking for. We're counting down our days till April when season 4 starts up.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good.
It'll be.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be interesting.
And then we get to talk more about
About
actual
it.
teams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching the vid. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on these roster changes, the experimental card buffs and nerfs, as well as the shock versus the world. And hey, if you guys are interested and, you know, some of you are more esports knowledgeable, check out our Twitter at Gauntlet News and hit us up. You know, we're always looking to add some more talent on the team. I'm Captain Zeus. That's Novaburst, and we will catch you guys in the next video. See ya.